I always say that if doctors can heal or if they can save lives, I think architects can shape a way of life for a certain set of people. And that struck me as such an immense opportunity for positive change. Hi, my name is Jason Buensalido. I'm the Chief Design Ambassador of Buensalido Architects. When my dad would give me gifts whenever I did well in school, instead of giving me instant toys that I could play with, he would give me scaled models, right, that I would have to assemble and put together and paint and, put all of the decals and stuff. And every afternoon, my friends and I would gather in our garden and play sword fighting. So they would come in plastic swords, ready-made equipment. But my dad, on the other hand, would make me a sword. So again, aside from exposing me to the craft of making things, he would encourage me as well to pursue all of my passion. So I think that combination of construction, of how to put things together, combine it with creativity and an open kind of mind, led me to becoming an architect. When I was fourth year college, I joined a national competition to come up with a conceptual master plan for Nayong Filipino. Nayong Filipino was such a cultural landmark for the Philippines, and we were only two in our group. But for some reason, we were fortunate enough to have won. It sparked something in my heart to really fight for the country, to help in this search for identity in Philippine architecture. So I think that's when it started. I discovered that, hey, I had a voice, I had something to say, so I kept on joining competitions. We wouldn't win all of them, but there was a streak of awards that we were fortunate enough to have won. After graduating, after college, of course I had to work. We all needed to have a 2-year internship under a firm before we could take the board exam. So I took the board exam finally in 2005, and my only drive was I just wanted to pass. I wasn't aiming for to top or to have a place in the board exam, but for some reason I topped it. Maybe God was trying to tell me something that, hey, this is really for you. So I was really encouraged to pursue architecture. There was an announcement for a competition from CCP, from the Cultural Center of the Philippines, to again come up with a conceptual master plan for the first 16 hectares of the entire complex. I gathered a group of friends, a landscape architect and 2 other architect friends of mine, to come up with an informal group that allowed us to join that competition. Despite the fact that our competitors were some of the biggest players in the industry, the biggest names, so I remember there was the Luxins were there, the Yulos, Yupancos, Ed Calma also was there. We still joined because we didn't join to win. We just wanted to be heard and to help contribute, even just a little bit, to the development of architecture. So again, we won. So I think that was the spark plug of the development of the firm. So I founded the firm in 2006, called it Buensalido Architects. We give equal focus to all of our projects, whether it's a large-scale project or a small-scale project, even if it's just a booth. But to name some of the, notable projects, I always like working on private residences because that's where you see people really spend a lot of their time in. I mean, this houses is basically the moment you wake up, if the house is not designed according to your lifestyle or if it doesn't encourage positivity, for example, then it makes the rest of your day. And it's just interesting to see how different families have different lifestyles. There's a low-cost housing development that we worked on in Cabuyao, Laguna, wherein each homeowner can personalize the design of their house with a simple strategy of allowing them to select from a pre-selected palette of colors. Every time you go home, you have a festive spirit because it really feels like a fiesta in that particular community. Another interesting project is the new home of Eat Bulaga. The design of the theater is like a cultural theater. First needed to take a look at the history. Eat Bulaga has been part of our culture as Filipinos. Our ability to just be hopeful on a daily basis that tomorrow will be a better day. So when we were thinking of how to manifest that feeling in the facade, we even took a look at the time of Shakespeare. They would also create plays, right, that would temporarily transport us to sort of created and imagined worlds. So there's always that red curtain. We therefore created a pleated red curtain on the facade that doesn't just act as a visual feast of celebration, but it also functions as a brisole or a sunscreen that prevents heat from coming in to the south-facing facade. We also designed a warehouse complex called the Terraces at Dao, almost like a Banawi rice terraces, and then apply vibrant colors to it. I remember that when we were starting to build this structure, there was not a lot of viable businesses in the area, but because of this massive development in the area, it spark-plugged micro businesses to radiate from that complex that we developed. So architecture to me doesn't stop in the building, but its effect on society, on the micro community. It's sort of a balance between identity, goal-making, as well as function. That's what architecture is all about. It's not just about designing structures. It's not just about coming up with functional spaces and so on. We always try to understand the larger impact of what we do, not only in the lives of our clients, but to a certain extent to our country as well, and even to the world. If in the process of creation, it feeds your soul, then why stop?